up, everybody? This is Jay. Thank you for joining me another week here, the Jaymo Show. I appreciate it. A lot going on, and for all of you guys that's been supporting me live and watching the replay, I mean, you guys have been a big help. I really appreciate it. Who knows? Without you guys, I might be off the air. So appreciate you all for your support. Thanks for stopping by. I'm gonna wait till a few more people get in before we get started. Today, this week, it's been a lot of stuff going on. Not as many major events as has been in past weeks, which is good. News comes by so fast, so many stories, so much happening, it's hard to keep up. Was gonna do that podcast. I still may. It's just that it hadn't been getting the support I thought it might at first. So, it takes a lot to put together some content, and when people don't watch it, then I guess that's letting you know, move on to something else, pretty much. Same like ratings on the TV show. You could put on the show and do all that stuff, but if nobody watching it and the ratings low, then they gonna stop it, because there's no point in putting together all of that for nothing. So we'll see. I give it a little more time, try to put a little more stuff together first. Mellow Fellow, what's going on, man? How you doing? I appreciate you stopping by. James Payne, what's going on? How you doing? Thanks for checking in. I appreciate it. The 4th of July is coming up this week, and I'm wondering, what are people gonna do? Normally people want to barbecue, go out to different outdoor events, go to places like Great America or Disneyland and stuff like that, water parks. And now, what are people gonna do? People can't really go to some of those places. They not open, and then with the social distancing, it's hard to eat barbecue with you got a mask on and fingertips all sticky. People gonna have all kind of stains and stickiness on their mask. It ain't gonna be looking right. You have ribs and bibs, have to wear bibs with the ribs. It'd be a mess. But all seriousness, I wonder how are people gonna, what is happening. And in almost majority of the states that have reopened, cases are going up. So just everybody be safe out there, because really nothing has changed from when we were at the beginning of the year and went on lockdown to now, other than people was tired of it and people needed to go back to work. But other than that, it ain't too much difference. So, I try to be safe as best I can. My life changed a lot already before this happened, so I wasn't already going out and about like I used to anyway, but still, a lot is going on. So, Fudgy Babe, howdy. How you doing, Fudgy Babe? I'm glad to see you checking in. For those that are football fans, I just got to notice Cam Newton just signed with the New England Patriots. I'm wondering how that's going to work out. He's not exactly their type of quarterback. He's not that accurate. So I'm wondering, what are they going to do with that and how that's going to work. Let's see. James Payne, do you think Red Blue regret leaving the Shy? Do you think Red Blue? Who is Red Blue? Do you think Red Blue regret leaving the Shy? Or maybe that was an auto-correct. Were you saying Reg? Do I think Reg regret leaving the Shy? I think he does. And I think he misses the show. But at the same time, he's being secure in who he is right now. And that's always difficult when everybody on the outside is telling you one thing, but you're secure in yourself and you believe and stick to your beliefs. That's happened to me before in a smaller scale at a job, and on a bigger scale on what people can relate to, like Colin Kaepernick. He was taking the knee, and so many people were all against him, as we know. And, he continued to do it. Same as like Muhammad Ali. Yeah, you on the side of right. So maybe this is an individual battle and not such as something as mainstream as what Kaepernick and Ali stood for. But if that's what you stand for and you want to be able to look yourself in the mirror, you want to be able to go places or spend money and not feel like you sold out for that money, hey, it's worth it. Now, some people feel maybe it was no big deal. I mean, I kiss a dude or I kiss a girl. Hey, I don't mean I'm gay, or I do this or I do that. Hey, it's just a show. I'm just acting. And if that's how they feel, then that's for them. I mean, he an individual and that's how he felt, and I respect him for it. Does he probably miss those paychecks and that fame and celebrity? I'm pretty sure he does, because by the time the third season come, I'm sure those paychecks are bigger than season 1 and season 2. So, and although I did see him on Empire for 1 or 2 episodes, I really haven't seen him. And from what I've seen and experienced, which is limited, with people in Hollywood and creatives, is that they are very thin-skinned. And so sometimes, they can be offended easily, and that won't look good for him. So I think that's why he said what he said on Instagram, but didn't go too detailed into certain things. That way, if somebody say, yeah, but you meant that, he could say, no, I didn't, and possibly protect his career. But at the same time, letting his fans and people that know him know, hey, read between the lines. Like they used to say like this, read between the lines, and what do you get? These are the lines, read between them. Take 2 of the lines away. Anyway, Fudgy Babe, you hear about how the Mexican people ran those races out of Chicano Park? No, I didn't hear nothing about that, but that's good. What racists ran? I mean, in the end, racists and stuff, main weapon is fear. And so if you're afraid to step up against them, or you're afraid to act a certain way or go a certain place or do certain things, then they win. Because it's not really many of them in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, it's a lot of racist people, but if you look at those people versus people who are not racist or willing to make a difference, is more. So they have to win by fear. And if people are not afraid, then they lose. There's nothing they have left. They don't have the numbers. Even when they have the support of different organizations or groups, when the people had enough, then there's nothing they can do. So, what's up, Diamond Girl? How you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you. Glad to see you. Mellow fellow, we gotta choose between racist Trump and the senile old man Biden who can't even put a sentence together. That's true. But I'd rather him not be able to put a sentence together than put a sentence together that sounds like what Trump been putting together. But you're right. And it's unfortunate because we did have some good people on the ballot. I like Cory Booker and some of the things he was saying, among others. But America has a problem. It's original sin. And that's why we end up with the same 2 type of candidates at the end. You know, they may have a different ideology, but we see who it is. And that's who's been president every time except for once. And when Obama became president, look what happened. All the racists, everybody went into an uproar, and the country has gotten worse actually from Obama being president because now they can't get anything done in Washington. They couldn't say he's black, so it became a Democrat Republican thing. And now that's carrying on, and it's just a mess. And America, they need to deal with that. It's this one woman that left an Instagram poem. Wow. I mean, I want to put it on my podcast actually. I mean, it was great. Great. And I think I'm going to try to put that on my podcast after this. Me first, what's up? How you doing? Whitney, what's up, sis? How you doing, Whitney? Glad to see you, girl. Fudgy Babe, she giving a shout out to Diamond and me first. Perp minded, I see why Reg left the shy. Kevin's storyline is the only good thing about this season. A season 4 looks spooky. Yeah. Hey, you know what, Perp minded? Kev's storyline is the kids' storyline is the best actually. They didn't even need all the rest really no more. They should have during season 1, I started to think about the kids' storyline because you got so much to go through. It's so much happening in the Shy. It moves so fast. They got every aspect. They can be whatever. You can see them grow through high school, college, the streets. It's just so much. And man, some of my craziest, funnest, scariest times was before the age of 18 in the Shy. So I think they got the best potential there because the kids aren't developed yet, so it's a blank canvas almost. Whereas these grown people is already kind of lived so much life, they kind of penciled into a certain, storyline. But we'll see. Mellow fellow, don't get me started about Obama, who cared more about the lettuce, bacon, tomato community more than his own people. But I'll chill. Hey man, you telling the truth, but you know what? I will say a problem with our community is that we aren't organized to come together for a specific ask. And what I mean by that is every other community say we want this on the ballot. Gay marriage. We want this on the ballot. This is a hate crime. We want this on the ballot. Whatever. And you won't get our vote until you put this on the ballot. And they mean it. We don't do that. What are the black community asking to be on the ballot? Like Tone Talks on YouTube, smart young brother. I've been following him for a while, and he makes a good point. And he's been talking about reparations and things. And I think that's a start, and that's really would make a big difference. Of course, then you got all these people don't want to give black folks money or whatever the case. The only reason this money went out the last time is because it went out to everybody, but that's a whole nother story. But I think some type of, something needs to be done to make up for what's been done since this country been here. So, I mean, it's a deep situation. We need to get organized and all get behind, something that needs to be done. I know now with this, police violence and things going on that maybe they're trying to get that, but that's really for everybody. I mean, police reform affects everybody. That's not necessarily for the black community. It's unfortunate they got to be the ones to bring it up because of what we got to go through, but we need to come for a specific, ask and hold our vote until they get it and say they're going to do it. But, it takes a lot to get a lot. So, I don't know. Let's see. Fudgy Babe, she like Kevin's story way better than Tariq. And that's another thing. And I got a video that's actually processing right now as we speak. I had it done Friday, but I thought about uploading it a couple times, but I'm uploaded today. But it's about Courtney Kemp and what she was saying on Instagram, and some of the things about Tariq. And one person was saying that Tariq storyline is not believable, and she kind of like dismissed them and shut them down, like whatever, shut up, next. I'm like, what? And she said a few things, and I break it down and show it in my video. But what she said is true, but what the person said is true. So what she said is basically that growing up in affluent areas, it's always white boys or people of affluence trying to be hood or whatever, and they all trying to do this and that, just like Tariq. That's true, and I've came across the people like that. But what she is not getting, and what the person and people when they say he's not believable, is all of those people that she's talking about, they never come to the real hood and try to sell drugs. They keep their fake wannabe hood self in places where they are safe, in the suburbs, and they try that wannabe hood act with people like her that don't know no better or is not going to challenge them. But they never come to the hood and start selling drugs. That would never work. People from the hood could know that right away they don't know what they talk about. They fake, and they would have a hard time, to say the least. So I think that's the problem, is that she not realizing that nobody is believing Tariq going to the hood and setting up shop and doing something. If he only sold a little stuff to his little rich friends at school, that's one thing. Going and trying to do stuff, that's a whole nother. So I don't know. Perp-minded Kevin would have shot Tariq. Of course, Kev from the Shy. He popped Ronnie. Even though he was scared, he still popped him. And he ain't scared of Ronnie. As he saw him at the funeral, he like, I ain't vouching for you. Whatever. You know, it's just different. The one thing about the Shy is that they are growing up a real life, in the way of it's not all of this shelteredness going on. Whereas Tariq was growing up a sheltered life and then tried to go in. They've seen people get killed. They've shot people. You know, they've been robbed people, smoking, drink, all kind of stuff. It's just so different. Whereas Tariq just started at an old age getting into this stuff. They not even in high school yet. I think they in like 8th grade in the show The Shy or something. Let's see. James Payne, why is Duda so mean to the kids? I didn't see him mean to the kids. I must have missed that. But, I mean, sometimes you got to be strict with these little bad little kids, or else, you know, they'll play you. They'll pull one on you. And he know that. So maybe he a little hard on them. But that's kind of how you got to be with some of them, or else they gonna try to come for you. Whitney, at Fudgy Babe, I'm good. Just nervous about work. Hospital filling up. Well, I'm gonna pray for you too, Whit. You on the front lines, and I know it's got to be crazy with all the stuff going on, and they didn't really make any changes other than saying, okay, enough of the quarantine. So, you know, just stay safe, and man, and just keep you in my prayers, sis. I mean, it's hard, I know. Me first, we need to have alternatives and stick to it. Yeah, you're right. Mellow fellow, I was watching Paid in Full, and Cameron's character Rico is basically Kanan, aggressive, loudmouth, and acts real snaky. Yeah, and they both New York style. New York style hoods. And so, you know, those kind of characters be out there. But it was some of them like that in Chicago too. I ain't gonna say that's only that, but you know, that's probably why they look so similar. Stephen Badu, what's up, man? How you doing? I'm all right. Thanks for asking. Appreciate you stopping by. Let's see. Me first. Tariq got caught every time he sold drugs, even in school. Exactly. And that's rule number one growing up. You don't get caught. Tariq knows nothing. He got his mommy teaching him how to sell. Like, that No. Kev mom wouldn't be doing that. Like, the whole situation of Power is just wow. Even if I was to say that was a real story or possible, it is so unique. Wow. Just the whole everything about Power is that's probably why people liked it, because it's so unique. But is it grounded in reality? I might need to watch what I say. I know Courtney Kemp wouldn't like me. On her, Instagram, she said that Mark Dark said some things that she didn't rock with, so she just stopped watching him. And I'm thinking, Mark Dark barely says anything about anybody. What the heck could he have said that make you stop watching him? I think that was kind of thin-skinned and shallow. So if she don't like Mark Dark, who not really saying much about anybody controversial, that I know that if they saw my work, then they would probably find something to be offended by, but it is what it is. Let's see. Perp minded, who the most hated character, Joffrey or Tariq? Joffrey who? I don't even know who Joffrey is. You gotta get me on that. Who is Joffrey? From Game of Thrones? Oh, well, if you're talking about Joffrey from Game of Thrones, then he's definitely more hated than Tariq. But in this century, I'd give it to Tariq. Talking and grubbing. You right, Jay. We don't get the things we want because we don't organize for an ass. We should have held Obama's feet to the fire, been more clear in our demands. Yeah, man, for real. What were we asking him to do for us? I don't know. That's our fault in the end. But it's a whole nother story. What's up, Support Gaming? Ray, Rich, and Young in the building. What's up, Ray, Rich, and Young? I appreciate y'all stepping into the building. I don't know how y'all got in my building. I ain't put the address out there, but I, appreciate you stopping by. Stephen Badu, I've been sick for a while, but not because of the Rona. I've been tested, and it's all good, meaning it's negative, so I'm better. Well, that's good. I'm glad you better. And you ain't got the total package. That ain't something to play with, and we just got so much, man. That's a whole nother thing to even get into, but I'm glad you're doing better, Steve. Whitney, at me first, you'd be surprised how little administration care about our safety. They don't give a damn. That's horrible, because that's the problem with a lot of people, is that the people are able to isolate stuff, not realizing we all connected. Like, how could the administration not care about the safety of the workers when without the workers, they have no job either? What, they going to start doing it? It's not enough. So they have to be, this whole country has became a bunch of classes. Rich, poor, what color you are, what, you Republican or Democrat, you on the east side, you on the west side, you live in the city, you don't, you got a college degree, you don't. It's like every little way to divide and conquer has been done to us, and it's unfortunate, because the reality is we all got more in common than we have in differences, and if we just work with that, I mean, we could do so much more in this world. But it just gets sad sometimes, especially when you got kids. You think about the world. You be thinking, man, I hope it gets better. Fudgy Babe, Tariq still sickens you. Yeah, Tariq, because I think what really messes with everybody with Tariq is that he's a fake gangster, that he's phony, that he's really not hard, but he's doing all this stuff, and he's a F up. He gets caught selling drugs. He gets caught when he doing dirt with shooting somebody with the blood. It's always something that he's making more messes than anything. But then he got his lips poked out walking around. Teach me a game. Yeah. I know they really hate me now. They never talk about me on their show. I guess y'all will never see me on Power, but you know, it is what it is. Support gaming. Game of Thrones should never be brought up again. It's worse than Power Season 6. Man, you know, Game of Thrones is the best show ever made that I ever saw. Until the last couple seasons. I say the last two offhand. Yeah, it was a couple episodes I liked within those, but wow, did they just not care? I mean, the show was just like perfect for like 4 years. Wow. I wish I'd have just started watching in season 6 and then binge watched it instead of waiting years and years to see it. That was just something. Uh, Whitney said that Tariq done got under your skin, Fudgy Babe. Be first at Whitney. Get PPE even at your own cost. Yeah, I'm sure she does, but that's good looking out, man. Let's see. Stephen Badu, have you been watching Blood and Water on Netflix? If you haven't, it's really good. No, I haven't. I actually haven't watched Netflix in a while at all. I need to. Paying so much for it. I think I pay $15, $16 a month for the HD version, 4K version or whatever. So I need to start watching it again. Maybe go and do a live stream after I watch everything. A live stream podcast. I haven't had that many people download my podcast, so I don't know, but we'll see. Perk minded, I think the Shy should cross over Shameless for one episode. I think Frank interaction with Ronnie would be hilarious. Man, I should have did Shameless reviews for Shameless. I really should have, because that's a great show. It's funny. I'm slow and late to getting to watch it though. I didn't know nothing about it till just recently, but yeah, they got a huge audience. And I don't know how much longer at the rate that things are going for me. It seems my channel is under attack. I hit 20,000 subs around September of last year. And it's gonna be a year pretty soon, and I've only got 3,000 subs in almost 7-8 months. And I haven't had a video with 1,000 views in a few months. I don't know what's going on, but nobody's watching the videos, nobody's subscribing. I wouldn't think people were still watching if you guys didn't show up on the weekends and stuff, and you know, the support that I get. So I mean, you guys are really the ones that have been keeping me going, because it's starting to be to the point where there's nobody watching. So what am I making the videos for? So we'll see. I'll keep giving it another shot, but I've seen other channels double and triple their subscriber counts and views since in that same period, where I can barely get anything going. So I have no idea what happened or what went wrong. Maybe people don't like my videos, or you know, it ain't funny or interesting. I don't know, but it's not working. We'll see what happens. But support game and Tariq and Ghost relationship represent 50 and his son low key. Huh. Well, then that would suck. So 50's son don't like him, want to kill him. Another thing, Courtney Kemp's video, she talks about her relationship with her dad in that video as well. And that was pretty interesting. Stephen Badu, where can I watch the Power spinoff shows? Well, they haven't finished filming them. She has 2 episodes left of book 2, and they won't let her release it until they are pretty much ready to come out. So they haven't shot anything else. So it is no spinoffs. Now, in her interview, she said her plan is to have each book run back to back. So when book 2 is done, then here comes book 3 or whatever. But It's not even been shot yet. And then with everything going on, it's going to be harder to make TV shows and movies. So we'll see. Whitney Castillo. It skipped right when I said that. I've been talking too long, man. I'm missing a lot of comments. Let's see. Whitney said we weren't even allowed to wear a face mask until we were exposed. Then what? Oh my goodness. How come y'all didn't just all band together and walk out? Y'all should all quit. Threaten to strike if they didn't do it. Fudgy babe, CK might be sick 2-bit on you. Might sick 2-bit. She actually, I don't know, but in that interview, 2-bit's name came up, and I don't know. I comment on it. Mellow fellow, Cam Newton to the Pats. Yeah, I just said that. This would be like if John Wall joined the Warriors or Spurs. Not even close. Cam Newton is banged up, beat up. He's older, and he doesn't even fit in the Patriot system. The Patriots are used to accurate quarterback passing. Cam Newton has only been over 60% once in his entire career. And he won the MVP that year. That was the best year of his life. He's not an accurate passer. I'm wondering how he's going to fit with the Patriots. They're going to use him as a running back. Like they did, what's his name? Tim Tebow. Me first, at Whitney, it's all about their image and appearance. Just be as proactive as possible. Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know, Whitney. That was a bombshell right there. Support gaming. Obama's a tool like every other president. I mean, you're not going to get in that role if you're not. I mean, it's just the truth. That's why this whole system, it's too many people. It's starting to be too many people, and it's overwhelming everything. It's just starting to be more problems than solutions, and it's getting scarier. Talking and grubbing. Courtney Kemp is showing more and more that she's on that Jerry Krause stuff. She wants to prove that power can be hit without Omari. I think she gonna prove it can be a hit without anybody else. I don't think she appreciates YouTubers, bloggers, the fans. And if anybody says anything she don't like, it's adios. And I don't know. I can understand keeping to your vision and doing what you want to do, but constructive criticism and input helps. I mean, anybody that is a creative person, you're nobody without fans or supporter. I mean, you can make all the greatest paintings in the world, but if you don't show them to nobody, then you won't go nowhere with it. Or if you think they're great and people don't like them, it's not going to help. Or music, or movie, TV, books, any kind of creative work, it takes the appreciation of others. And that people sometimes they take that for granted, I think. Stephen Badu, thanks mate. Another one is one to watch on Netflix, a movie called Anchor Baby about a pregnant Nigerian mother that is helped by a fake couple. I can't say any more. I want you to say some more, but I don't want you to spoil it. But damn, that is interesting. I'm gonna have to see what's up with that. James Payne, why is Chicago so violent? That's a great question, and I want to answer that. I know it's a lot of questions, and I talk too much, so I'm gonna try to simplify it. All right, Chicago is violent. For one, a lot of people don't know Chicago's very segregated, but it's more segregated financially. But a lot of groups live together. You go, they got Jewtown, they got Greek Town, Chinatown. Everybody got a town. Okay, so there's one thing now. Everybody has heard about the projects, Good Times, the TV show, whatever. Well, the Chicago projects were violent, and the Chicago projects were right on the outskirts of downtown Chicago, prime real estate. And So at one point when the projects were built in the 60s and 70s, a lot of people, white Chicagoans, moved to the suburbs, and so the suburbs were built up nice. And a lot of poor people were stuck in the inner city. They had the projects. A lot of people lived and died in the projects, whatever the case. And so once they decided to use Section 8 and then to build nice condos and stuff in the city, so people in the suburbs don't have that long commute, then they tore down the projects. Now, when they tore down the projects, that's a lot of gang related people, a lot of different stuff that they kind of had their own little ecosystem and community. They lived and did problems in. They even had police stations in the projects just because it was always stuff going on. But then when you tore those down and spread out those same people into other neighborhoods, well, like I said, it's already neighborhoods established. It's already all these towns. It's already gangs and stuff established in neighborhoods. It's already people doing whatever, selling drugs, whatever. Now you move in all these groups of people that do the same type of thing, which is up to no good, let's say, and one thing lead to another. You can't sell this or you can't do this on our neighborhood or our block. One person gets shot, this person retaliate, whatever the case, and a lot of that happens. The one thing people don't hear in the news is that a lot of this crime is with people that know each other. Yeah, you hear about kids get shot, this and that. A lot of times it's accidental shootings with people missing and hitting innocent bystanders, which is not an excuse, but that's just what's happening. It's not that you walking down the street minding your business and then all of a sudden somebody just shoots you. No, that doesn't happen. Or all of a sudden somebody come and rob you. That doesn't happen. And if the places where that would happen, most people aren't just walking down the street there. So it's not necessarily just random or just so violent. It's violent in certain neighborhoods, and those neighborhoods became more violent when they moved people into those neighborhoods who weren't originally there, but those people were trying to do the things, that was already established. So if they come in there trying to sell drugs or do this or that, they're going to have a beef with the people already there that lead to one thing or another, and it just ends up being a big problem. What they should have did is built some new type of public housing, and maybe not skyscraper style, but they should have built it and put it other places. But instead, with Section 8, they just moved them into existing neighborhoods, and that is going to cause a problem. So that's my shortest version of answering why a lot of the crime and stuff is happening. I can go a lot more into it, but that's the short version. Stephen Badu, Brown Lives Matter. That's what's up. Who are Brown Lives? Who are the brown people? Hispanic? Support gaming. Ghost raise a punani for a son. Well, yes and no. So support, you right, if he raised him that way to be in the streets, but he raised him that way to be in corporation boardrooms, and if that was the case, he wouldn't need the street skill set that he needs now. So he raised him a certain way, but Tariq is not living the way he was raised. That's the problem. Stephen Badu, haven't seen The Shy. Is it good? Oh yeah, it's good, man. It's good. It shows how people can be killed accidentally for different things. It shows a lot of violence, but it shows it's just not the wild, wild west. And it also shows people, they're real people, and life moves fast. I mean, some of the things I was doing at 15, 16, 17, I was surprised to see people in their 20s and 30s doing at other places. So, The Shy is a good show, and you should check it out. It gives you a little more insight on how gang-oriented the city is. And that goes all the way back to Al Capone with the gangsters. So, and the killing. you know. Me first, Tariq needed to spend a weekend in jail to see what mean really was. Yeah, get scared straight. He'd have been somebody's little piece of sugar. Me first, Jay better than The Wire? No, heck no. The Chi ain't better than The Wire. Nah, don't get me to lying. It's a good show. It ain't better than The Wire though. The Wire was something else. You know. Stephen Badu. Haven't seen Game of Thrones either. What have I missed? It seems like you missing everything, Steve. What you doing? The good thing is, at least you can watch it the whole seasons now. Game of Thrones is the best show I ever saw. It has everything. Sex, drugs. It ain't rock and roll, but it's some old medieval music. But Game of Thrones was really good. The drama and everything. It just started to go off the rails a little bit in the last couple seasons. I think the writers were tired of the show and ready to move on, and that was the problem. But you should definitely check out Game of Thrones. Perp-minded Jay, you should check out Attack on Titan. You would love it. I ain't never heard of that. I'm gonna have to write these movies down, man. Fudgy Babe, as support. Tasha did that. I must have missed what you said. Oh, Fudgy Babe, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Keep it up, keep it up. I thank you so much, Fudgy Babe. You've helped me in so many ways. Fudgy Babe, your support. A few times I thought about quitting in my early, times, and you really helped, so I appreciate it. And me first, thank you so much. I appreciate it, man. Every little bit helps, And they just now actually made it so that I'm able to get memberships through my channel through YouTube. So some people may be not comfortable with going to Patreon or PayPal. They have it with YouTube now. The only reason is I just haven't done it because I feel, I don't know. I just don't know. So I haven't set it up yet. But if people just gave $1 single in a whole month, I could hire people to help me. I could be cranking out 2-3 things a day. But it is what it is. I've already seen I put in a lot more into my videos than other people, and they get better results. So it's not about how much you put into it. It's really no special formula to your success. Some people starting in a few months got 100,000 subscribers. So I don't know. Let's see. Stephen Badu, basically Blood and Water is about an African teenager that goes through college and will do anything and everything to find her real sister, and she does. I think I heard of this, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to check that out. Perp-minded, YouTube algorithm all messed up. I mean, I see some people videos recommended every single time, and my videos, no wonder I'm not getting any views. So I don't know what happened, but they're trying to, I guess, silence my channel. It's always man, it's doing good job too. Support gaming. That Fudgy Babe is Ghost's fault too. He should have whooped Tariq's behind. Well, he tried. You got to keep in mind, Tasha always jumped in the middle of it. James Payne, we do a football show, don't football season. We do a football show, don't football season. You got to redo that one, James. I don't know what you were saying. Stephen Badu, I'm paying near enough the same amount as you, and up to 4 people can watch films. Yeah, I don't got 4 people to watch with me though. That's the problem. Talking and grubbing. I know. Hey, and Steve, on your Netflix, you all get power and different stuff than we do too. Talking and grubbing. I know what you mean, Jay. It seems that YouTube want to keep up black content creators to the back while they push white content creators that do vile stuff and say racist things to the forefront. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. I don't understand it. And White people don't have as big of a problem with pushing the subscribe button, I don't think, either. Whereas a lot of people will say, well, I like the videos, but I don't want to subscribe. And I say, well, why not? Well, I don't want it to be popping up on my feed all the time. Just ignore it. They just soak up all your stuff for free and don't even press subscribe, which is free and costs nothing, but it helps the creator in different ways. Subscribers don't make a YouTuber any money. You don't get paid or anything. It just shows that you're more established and it opens up other opportunities. But other than that, it doesn't make you money. Mellow fellow, I finally see what Courtney was trying to do with Tariq. She wanted to make him like Michael from The Wire. When Michael joined Marlowe's crew and eventually became Omar, he was believable. Tariq isn't. Right. That's the difference. And then another problem is that I have is that you shouldn't have used him to kill Ghost, because that alienated all of Ghost fans. And you want them to come and see book 2. Why would I want to see that when I don't like that little dude? Like, I think they really take that for granted. Like, we just mindless zombies gonna watch it anyway. Stephen Badu. I mean, if she said that Mark Dark said something or did something that she didn't like, and so she stopped watching him, what does she think people are going to do with the show if you continue to do stuff like that? But of course she probably wouldn't care either, because, you know, her place is solidified. She can just write something else and do it. But if people decided, like, you know, we ain't going to mess with that at all, whatever you do, then that would be hurtful. Steve Badu. We wore a face mask after being told that we won't need to unless someone at work caught it. But prevention is better than losing life. Yeah, 100%. It's better to have and don't need than to need and don't have. Fudgy Babe, support. You right. I volunteered to do it. I appreciate it. Stephen Badu. Barack Obama was and still is the coolest president of all time. Yeah, he was cool. But what does that mean? You know, if I was a kid looking up to wanting to, you know, kids don't know what they gonna be or something, then maybe that would be helpful. But as an adult, I give a damn how cool somebody is, and I ain't getting on you, Steve. I'm just saying in general, that don't mean nothing. Just like the people that voted for Trump thought he was keeping it real, real stupid. So sometimes we vote for the wrong things. We should be more. I would have rather somebody be a nerd and don't have nothing interesting to say but get stuff done than cool and say all the things everybody want to say, and we in the situations we end up in. But I feel you, Steve. You right. He was the coolest, but then he against a bunch of stiff old white guys. So what is he really competing against? You got one middle-aged black dude against 70-year-old and 80-year-old white guys, except for JFK. So yeah, that was an easy bar to jump. Mellow fellow. She saw how Michael became the new Omar, wanted Tariq to be the new Ghost. Dude's hairline and waves too clean to be believable. Privileged ass, yeah. He gets about 2,000 strokes to the front, 1,000 strokes to the side every morning. Like his waves was buttered. Like country crock on that boy head. Whitney at Steven. They were questioning patients, asking why they were wearing a mask, and asked if they were sick. That's much I could. Dang, that's stupid. Why you went? And you in Houston though, so you know, or Texas. I don't think you say Houston, but in Texas, you know, it's the Lone Star State. Rashonda, what's up, sis? Hey Jay, how you doing, brother? And where is Keisha? And I wish Power come back on, and I missed that show. Yeah, it'll be a while for Power, because in Courtney's interview, she said they won't let her air it until they got almost the last few episodes filmed. All right, let me see. Mellow Fellow at Steve. Obama being cool sure helped the black struggle. F out of here with that. Yeah, Mellow Fellow, you get it. The only thing with the coolness help is that kids may look up and may think I can be president one day. Now, whether that's whatever that may be real or not is a different story, but hey, let's see, support gaming. Even though Obama wasn't perfect, we would have been better off with him still being president. We wouldn't have any of this stuff going on. That's true, but you got to keep in mind, Obama could barely get a lot of stuff done because they just blocked everything. I mean, everything. And then when Trump got in, he overturned everything Obama did. Like, just petty, for no reason. Like, even automakers, Obama made regulations for them to have more fuel efficiency. Trump repealed it. The automakers was like, we still going to keep making more efficient cars. Like, they weren't complaining. He just repealing every little thing he did. So it was hard for Obama to get anything done. So it was like, it just was a mess. Let's see, at Steve Badu at Support Gaming, but Barack did not have to be perfect. Who in the world is perfect? We try to be, but can't quite match. That's true. Nobody's saying that. And a lot of stuff that Barack tried to get done, he was, blocked by the, Republicans too. So it's only so much somebody can do. Let's see. I'm going to try to get through as many of these as I can. I see that a lot of good comments, and I want to get to them, guys. I see that we're getting close to the end of the show. Miss Ma'am, we all different shades of brown. That's true to a certain extent. I know I'm done lost all my brown. That's how long I've been in the house. So I've been losing color for a while now. I didn't have that much to lose. Perp-minded. I would have to disagree with you, Jay, on Game of Thrones being the best show. You should check out The Leftovers. I saw The Leftovers. Man, no, come on. The Leftovers was good, but that wasn't the best show. It didn't make any sense. So everybody disappeared. They never got to it. But then they I don't want to give away everything. The Leftovers was cool, but it wasn't the best. It was only 3 seasons. I don't want to get into it all on here. Perp-minded, The Leftovers was good. It's not better than Game of Thrones. And it's only a 3-season show. Support Gaming. Attack on Titan is great. I got to check that out. Me first, Jay. Game of Thrones versus The Wire. Oh. See, The Wire was better from start to finish. Game of Thrones fell off. But I couldn't really compare the two because you got an old medieval fantasy show, kinda, and versus a modern drama gangster cop show. Now, The Wire versus Power would be closer, and I would give the edge to The Wire. Let's see, Talking and Grubbing. Jay, have you seen The Five Bloods on Netflix? I saw some of it, but I didn't see it all. I know it's a Spike Lee flick, and they going back to Vietnam or whatever, and some other stuff. But no, I haven't seen it all. I need to start doing more Netflix reviews. The only reason I haven't is because whenever I do it, nobody watches. So that's why I maybe might do a podcast, so that way I didn't put so much work into it. So if nobody watch it, then I don't feel as bad, maybe. Steve Badu, I'll give Shy a try. When I typed Brown Lives Matter, I meant us and all the Asian, black, brown, and tan people in the world that face international racism on a daily basis. Oh, okay. Mellow Fellow, if it wasn't for season 5 with the fake serial killer and newspaper storyline, The Wire would be the greatest show of all time. Yeah, The Wire is pretty high up there. A lot of times people compare, not like against each other, but The Wire and The Sopranos is like 2 of the best shows. I never saw all of The Sopranos because at the time I worked a lot and didn't have cable. Rashonda, hey Jay, can you do the Angie voice again, please? All right. I gotta get some water first. Let's see. You say you like the Shy a lot? That's what's up. Talking and grubbing, Jay, don't let nobody run you off of here. You don't move unless you ready to move. Man, I appreciate the support, brother. It's just, you know, hard for me because of with my injuries and then doing all the stuff. It make it more frustrating and harder and more, you know, I'm more sensitive to it. Had I not had so much other stuff to deal with, maybe I wouldn't, you know, feel that way. But just get frustrated, man. But thanks, I appreciate you all. Let's see. Miss Ma'am, Game of Thrones was awesome. At first I wasn't interested. Tried watching a couple times. Starts off slow, but it was really a great show. Just don't skip episodes. Yeah, you're right. I watched the first episode of Game of Thrones like 3 or 4 times because I just kept falling asleep. And I'm thinking, man, I ain't watching this. And by the time I finally got through the end of the very first episode, I'm like, oh man, what in the world? What happens next? And then I was just down the rabbit hole. Stephen Badu, when was the last time you did Empire video views? I did Empire, 2 months ago, when the last episode aired. That's the last video that had over 1,000 views. So, it's been a while. Let's see. Support gaming. Don't watch Game of Thrones. You will regret it in the end. And if you do, just stop at season 4. Yeah, the last couple seasons, it was disappointing. Hey, Whitney, Jay, are you going to review P-Valley? I was going to do it, but because of what I've been going through with Lionsgate, I was kind of deciding, am I going to even do any of their material anymore? Because it seems they want me to do reviews and then take the money and copyright claims. And I'm not going to, you know, help their shows and their products just for them to do that. I might still do Power, but I'm going to do it totally different. So we'll see. I would like to do P-Valley, though, and H-Town or whatever. Stephen Badu hasn't seen it since Lucius started getting his memory back. You haven't seen it? Yeah, well, go to my Empire section and you'll see I got a recap for all those episodes, so you'll be all right. Let's see. Miss Ma'am, Jay, I miss you roasting Dirty Ball Sack and you had them Martin and Pam punches for Dre in his nose. Laughing thinking about it now. You just made me laugh reading it. I appreciate it. Thanks. Let me do my Angie impersonation for Rashonda. So you want me to do Hanshi? You think that I don't know how to do it? I'm going to come back on the show. If Ghost come back as a ghost, then I'm going to be a yours too, and I'm going to say, book. I'm going to get Dari and Tasha, and then they're going to put me away. They have another thing to me. I'm going to get it. Let's see. Me first. I'm not watching nothing Kemp makes. That hate for black men is a turn off, and now I see her end game. And I don't know too much about that, but based off of some of the actions, the things she said about her dad, what she said about Mark Dark killing off Ghost, and then I had even made a point that she said in the interview, well, didn't Tasha deserve better? Ghost deserved better. What the fuck you mean? Didn't Tasha deserve better? Somebody said, why you break up a black marriage? She like, well, didn't Tasha deserve better? Ghost cheated. And Tasha cheated first. Ghost deserved better. They both deserve better. But she ain't say nothing about did Ghost deserve better. He got what he deserved. The only one that wanted to get out the game, the only one that didn't want to kill people, tried to figure out ways, investigate before killing Roller, before killing Ruiz, before killing anybody. He always trying to figure out this, do that, making sure it's the last resort. Everybody else, none of that. But they didn't get what they deserve. He did. I don't know, man. Whitney, I think Donald is just over being president. He did step up to China and Kim. A lot of people said that he was surprised he won. He didn't think he would. It was more of a publicity stunt. And then when they actually won, he couldn't believe it. Miss Ma'am, I was just about to read that. Alright. Tiffany Percenti. For true, so went power coming back on. For true, so went power coming back on. I don't get it. Mellow Fellow, they did a real bad job with the Ramona character. She should have done more probably in the Tate spinoff. Yeah, I mean, what was the point? I mean, what was the point of her being there? I mean, Ghost didn't even get the nookie. Support 2020. Does anyone take vitamin C's every morning? It helps build your immune to fight off colds and viruses like COVID. Thanks for the heads up. Let's see. Mellow Fellow. Plus, we still don't know who Effie was texting. Hopefully, it doesn't flop and be a letdown like Uncle Benny dying. Yeah, you ain't lying. Steve Badu. Empire hasn't been on BET for a while, and the thing that annoys me is that the producers keep changing the channel every month. First it was on E4, then BET, now on Fox, I think. Well, it's on Fox here. Go to Hulu. If you have Hulu, they have it on Hulu. Or if you want to just get the recaps, you can look at my videos. Support gaming. Effie was texting Mary J. Blige character. Okay. Well, that's what you think. We'll see. Me first. Jay send notification of your other work. Well, every time I do post something, it goes on my YouTube, and if you go to my home page, you can scroll down to my podcast, subscribe to the podcast, because some podcasts I don't post them on YouTube, so that way you get notified there. And I need to update my website. Just the great one. The Ronnie interview was funny. Oh, you like what I'm trying to say? I ain't doing that, girl. I just want to look. I just look at them little ticket bitches hanging out, but I ain't touching. Let's see. Mellow Fellow. Support gaming. That sounds like a snore fest. Support gaming. Why does Lionsgate hate so much? I have no idea. I mean, if they really was upset, they would try to get the video taken down, but they want to take the revenue. I think they look at it as another revenue stream. Some things I know for a fact wasn't copyright, but then I had to get like lawyers and stuff. They know that they're picking on the little guy, and there's nothing we can do. I don't have more money than Lionsgate. Rashawn DeGreer, yeah, power and represented. Alright, Steve Badu, please will you do a Lucius voice arguing talking with Omari Hardwick Ghost. Let's see. Mellow Fellow, has anyone seen that Eddie Murphy Martin Lawrence movie Life? I want to watch it. Man, stop playing, bro. You play it, man. Look here, man. You know you done seen that movie, man. You know you done seen Life, man. I done lived life, and you done seen Life, man. Hey, Lucius, look here, man. Damn it, Lucius. Why you always trying to come at my fans? Let them say what they want. Hey, look here, man. I've been around longer than you. I know what I'm talking about, man. Rashonda, you'll be doing. Do you want me to do a handshake, okay? Do you like it when I do handshake, don't you, sister, huh? Do you want to hang out? Do you want to hang out with me? I make a little guacamole. Do you want the guacamole dick? I make a guacamole dick for you. Support Gabe that. Damn, man, it just skipped a bunch. Let me see. Alright, I guess I missed it. Support game and Tasha was a snake. Facts. Let's see. Fudgy Babe, support an evil snake. Stephen Badu, those two are both as bad as each other. Ghost and Tasha, please will you do a Bad Boys for Life reaction video if you haven't already? I want to know your thoughts about the movie, man. Yeah, I'm going to start doing more movies, but I might have to do those on my podcast because it's going to take too long for me to crank them out. But I can do just the podcast and it'll be a lot better. James Payne, the best show of all time is the Bill Cosby Show. Come on, man. Would like to talk to you about the pudding pop. Now, I know you like my show, and I like to say I got a little chocolate pudding for you. Theo, get my colorful sweater for me, please. Let's see. Miss Ma'am, although I got Tasha back, I agree she didn't want them to be in the game to get money and level up. Like Florida Evans on Good Times, always hating on some to get them in a better position. For real. Mellow Fellow, Ghost is a smarter, stronger, light-skinned version of Stringer Bell. Yeah, till they made Ghost a whole new character in season 6. That dude was nothing like what we always see. Support gaming. Ghost did some terrible things in life, sure, but all he wanted was for his children to be successful, not have to struggle in life like he did. Tariq killing him made no sense. None at all. And Courtney Kemp tried to make it seem like Tariq was abused. That boy was not abused. I don't know. Stephen Badu, I want to avoid registering with another TV programming app again, so I think I'm just going to watch your reviews about Empire, Power, and other stuff. Hey, man, that's good with me. Nah, but, you know, Empire, I actually didn't mind this last season with Jussie Smollett gone. I didn't even notice it sometimes, where some people felt that it wasn't the same without him. To me, I didn't really miss it, but, you know, it is what it is. Support gaming. Do an impersonation on Andre throwing Tariq off a building. That's it. No. Tariq. Hey, look here, look. Pop want me to handle this, all right? All right, Tariq? You going down, all right? Pop. We got this. I got this. I got the Kings. I'm here. Tariq. No. Don't do it. Let's see. Stephen Badu, Ghost and Tasha equal train wreck. Yeah, for real. All right, y'all. I'm getting ready to wind this show down. I thank everybody for all the great comments. As soon as this is over, I'm gonna be uploading that video that has Courtney Kemp, and you can hear her thoughts on a couple things that happened during Power. She even said Ghost may have a brother out there. What do you all think if they bring out another brother, talking about, well, this is Ghost's missing brother? You think that's a good storyline? What if they bring back Omari Hardwick and say, well, this is Ghost's long-lost twin brother. They were separated at birth. So Ghost went to the bad house. He went to the good house. But, no, she did say that, that Ghost has a brother. And she also talked about did Ghost fake his own death. See, I think they're realizing now that they gonna need him back more, and so yeah, it'll be interesting. What do you think about if they try to say Ghost faked his own death. Because she said in her interview, originally, he was supposed to be dead. And everybody in the show thinks he's dead. So, you know, it'd be interesting to see what happens if they decide to bring him back. Maybe they pay him more money or something. Whatever the case, we get Omari back. What y'all think? Let's see. Ray Negron, when you coming to Boston to do some stand-up? I'm gonna do some roll-by comedy. I'm gonna do some roll-by. Shoot him with a couple hot jokes right quick. I got a bunch of jokes, man. Y'all want to hear some of the jokes I've been writing? I don't want to keep doing that, man. I got like hundreds of jokes I've been writing during all this time and stuff. I'll tell y'all one joke before we go. Let's see. A lot of this stuff, I don't know. Let's see. I don't really do a lot of cussing, but let's see. Let's see. I got so much. It'll be. I have to do it another time. I'm gonna go through all this. I don't like to have dead air, and I'm trying to read through all this stuff. You know. Yeah, I don't like to have it too much. Let's see. Some of this stuff ain't really for this type of crowd either. So, but I'll put together some stuff. I don't know when they're gonna be doing stand-up and people going, you want me to pull a DL? I can't fall out on the floor. I'm already in the chair, so hey, y'all just roll me up out of here. Yeah. Let's see. I was gonna say this one joke about African sex talk, but I didn't finish it out. Do you want to hit this? Are you going to tear this up? I want you to get behind me and I want you to put these back feet in motion. Okay? I want to make my toes curl. You come and you bring that under. Okay, man? Anyway. That's just something I saw right here. I got so much stuff I have to write and finish. Let's see. Ebb Sky. I think the purpose of Ramona was to show Ghost's love interest as that type. The professional and smart type. Helps to show how he and Tasha's interests no longer aligned. If not Angie, the next classy. Right. And yeah, that was his type. Because Angie was the professional. And, you know, that's what he liked. Smart, professional. And so was Ramona. The problem with Tasha is she didn't want to do nothing. She could have been there with him at the club, helping him run the club. She's all good with numbers. Why she wasn't working there? Why she didn't open up her own accounting agency, Instant Tax or something? H&R Block, doing tax returns or something, making money. Why she wasn't owning a hair salon, but Keisha was? What the hell was she doing? Everybody act like Tasha doing this or that, or she helped. She didn't do nothing. What? Because she helped do the, what? The books for the wash and fold? He could have did that. So, I don't know. I think she should have been doing a lot better than what she was. But anyway, Ray Negron. I got a few connections at a few comedy clubs. Okay, well, I might need those connections, man. I appreciate it. You got the capital connections. You got the Spanker got the capital connections. That's the type I need. Them capital connections. Go ahead and make them capital connections, Ray. Go ahead, Ray. What you trying to do there, Ray? What you trying? That's white only pie, Ray. What you trying to do, Ray? Well, go ahead, Ray. What you trying to say, Ray? You won't let me in the boom boom room, Ray? Okay, Ray. All right. Let me know, Ray. That was from Life. I know you know. I know you know where that's from, Ray. All right. Now, when we get out of here, Ray, I'm gonna take you to go see the Yankees. The Yankees, Ray. I'm gonna see the Yankees, Ray. Now, we gonna see Can't Get Right. You wanna see Can't Get Right swing that stick, Ray? All right. Mellow fellow, making Ramona would have been too much work for Stephen Badu. If Ghost did fake his own death, then that would be a great twist. Yeah, except it don't make sense. How would he know that? He was about to get shot by Tariq and do all of that. So it would be a great twist, and that's why it's TV. But there's no way to make. How would he know all of this? That I don't know. Support gaming. I think it's too late to pull the he faked his death twist because Tariq shot him and he died in Tommy's arms. Unless we're gonna pull some sci-fi shit and say it was a robot that got shot. They gonna say he got shot in the ketchup pack, and before Tommy got to him, he bit a bag of ketchup and Tommy, no. He flipped over. See, what we didn't know is when Ghost was a kid, he practiced acrobatics, so he flipped over the railing to make it all look more believable. Okay, he knew Tommy would come. He knew that. So he needed to be somewhere where he could make Tommy not question whether he was dead, but also leave because he didn't have enough time to investigate because the cops was coming. And that was the perfect way for Ghost to take off the ketchup pack. Okay. Yeah, right. Ray Negro, you already know about Southie. I'm from Southie, man. Hey, bro, I'm from Southie over here. Hey, you wanna come over here in Boston? We'll kick your ass over here in Boston. You wanna mess with me over here in Beantown? I don't think so, okay? Hey, me and my two goons over here, we'll bash your goddamn skull in, alright? That's what we do over here in Boston, alright? I'm from Southie. We don't play, alright? Okay. That's what I thought. Now you sit down and you watch the Red Sox play a little ball, all right? Ray, you heard me last week when I said that. That's what's up. Miss Ma'am, her lazy. Y'all don't like Courtney Kemp, but see, that's the difference. Everybody still may rock with something that she do. One thing that she said is that Mark Dark said something and then she stopped watching the show, which, you know, I thought that was a missed opportunity to uplift the brother and say, hey, he does a great job covering my show. Check out his channel, this and that. He does sometimes say things I don't agree about, but for the most part, it's a good channel. Check it out. They ain't do none of that. She talked about uplifting the LGBT and women of color and this and that, but it was a chance to uplift a young black man. And Stephen Badu, imagine two African preachers. Wait a minute. Imagine two African preachers having sex, female and male. Climax time come. Female says, enter Jesus' power. Wah, wah. I got a friend in England that try to tell me jokes all the time, man, on PlayStation, man. It's funny, man. You guys are funny. I got a bunch of jokes about English, man. You guys, the way you all talk is funny. Let's see. Ebb Sky. I remember an episode he had to explain to her to try and look like a business owner and not someone. That was the first episode. I like Tasha, but she just didn't get it. Use the streets to build and get out. Facts. Facts. He wanted to use that as a way, as a means to an end. Build up. He got his club. Now he can go legit. No need for that. They didn't see that. And what she didn't get is, I own this club. These people here work for us. And you walking around with your titties hanging out in your dress. Everybody that works for you, and they looking at my wife and looking at you, that's not appropriate. And then when you try to say something, just like when she wanted to tell Kanto something, they're not going to give you the proper respect because you act like a club goer. So, I don't know. Miss Ma'am, you like that ketchup? Ray, how you know about Southie? I'm from Southie, boy. I'm from Southie, bro. What, you ain't know I was one of the Southie boys? We don't play over there. Man, I like knowledge, man. I try to learn about as much stuff as possible. I could talk to anybody about any subject, you know, for at least 10 minutes and sound, you know, like I know what I'm talking about. And, you know, of course, some I can go more than that. But, yeah, Southie is one of the hoods in Boston. A lot of tough white dudes there, too. You know. Support game. And I'm going to get through these last couple questions, you guys, and then I'm going to get out of here. You guys had a lot of great questions this show. I appreciate it. It always makes it better and more interesting when I get a lot of feedback and questions from you guys. So yeah, I appreciate it. Let's see. Support gaming. Go somewhere with Ramona in Cuba. Plot twist. Ramona actually Angela under plastic surgery. I know you thought I was this sexy ass black woman, but it's me, Jamie. You do not leave me alone, Jamie. I am here for you, and you're going to have my little niños. We're going to have some niños, okay, Jamie? And we're going to go to Cuba. I already know Espanol. I teach it to you. We're going to take it in Pani, and we're going to have a good life, okay? Just you go and you can work in the farm. You want to work in the farm? You work in the farm, and I work in the kitchen, and we have a good life together. I pull out the disguise like white chicks. She pull out a little white chick's disguise. Except it's reverse. Instead of white chicks and it was black women being white chicks, you got a light chick playing the black woman. It was hard for me when they tried to act like I got it on, but I don't like the drama. I had to put it a lot of movie in my neck when I talk it. And they're making my neck hurt, Jamie. Jamie, could you rub my neck, Jamie? I feel it good. Let's see. Miss Ma'am, Jay, how you feeling about Jamie Foxx playing Mike Tyson? When he was younger, he would have did great. Now that he's a little older, he must be playing an older version of Mike, I guess. This is ludicrous, okay? Look, I was over there, okay? I went to go to the big girl's house, alright? And all I did was we played Scrabble. That's it. We played a little Scrabble. That's it. I didn't touch her. I didn't do it. I'm Mike Tyson, okay? I am the heavyweight champion. I was the youngest, okay? I didn't do that. Steve Badu, Mark Dark is a great name. Hey, you know what? I agree. And that was one of the hardest things for me making my channel, is coming up with a good, catchy name. Mark Dark TV is a good, perfect name. And a lot of times that has a lot to do with people subscribing. Now, the reason I had the name I have is because I had already set up a channel with my name. And so all I did was add reviews on it instead of what was on there at first. But I should have came up with something different. Like, I should have used the J Mo Show or Jaymo TV or something. I should have came up with something different, but it is what it is. After I didn't expect to be making videos going on as long as I have now. I figured after 10 videos or so, I'd be done because nobody watched them. But it really took off at first, and now it's like really died down, like almost to like when I first started. So we'll see. Alright, Ray, have you ever watched the show Saint Hoods? If not, check it out. It's on YouTube. Only 3 episodes, but after the 3rd, they used the show as evidence to convict them all. Wow. Man, you guys came up with a lot of good stuff, man. I'm going to have to check out. I need to write it down. I want to say thank you to everybody that watched this show and all the great comments. I don't have a lot of people that come and watch live, but it's normally the same group, and you guys, I really appreciate you. You really have been holding me down and keeping me motivated to keep going with this YouTube thing, because it can be discouraging, and when you see other people with a lot more success and you trying to put in all the things you can and it's not helping, it can be frustrating. But knowing that you guys got my back, I mean, it really does make a difference. So I really appreciate you all. I thank you all for the comments. I'm about to post that next video that about Courtney Kemp, and you guys will be able to check it out. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put I'll put a link right here in the comments to the video, and then you guys can go straight there, and I'll see you there. So here's the link. You all click on that. I see you there. I'm doing it live, so I'll do some comments, and thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all next week. Peace, and I'm out. Go ahead and check out that Courtney Kemp video.